Hey everyone, happy Monday. Thanks so much for being on. Okay, first, real quick, a big shout out to Victoria and Shannon and Alicia for going to Gold School this weekend. I'm so proud of you guys. And they are going to be sharing on our Made to Thrive Brilliant at the Basics page, which is like our business focused Facebook page, just some takeaways and some things that they learned. So you're going to want to be tuned in there. And if you guys aren't on that page, please tell me and I will add you because we are ramping up the things on there. If you guys have noticed, there's been like more lives. I've got post scheduled just to like help with IPA and all the things this month. So you definitely want to be on that page. So look for more exciting things from them. But tonight, Victoria is going to be sharing a little bit about how important the next couple of months are for your business, and just some things to keep in mind over the summer. Now, I know it's only the beginning of May, but it's like that time of year when the schedule shifts. We have a lot of teachers on our team. We have homeschool moms on our team, and just like it's a change of pace, regardless of whether you're working, not working, kids, no kids. It's always a change of pace when we enter the summer months. And for our team, and I think for Plexus at large, but definitely for our team, the summer, like May, June, July, August, tend to be our most jammin' time of the year. And you can really create momentum over these next couple of months that carries you through the whole year. Not like you can check out the rest of the year, but you can like make things happen that will have a residual like compounding effect for you throughout the rest of the year. I know that for me personally, with being a homeschool mom and just having that little bit of extra time, well, a lot of bit of extra time over the summer, it's just an opportunity to create momentum, to capitalize on the just the energy that our team always has in the summer. And now with Leaders Retreat, it's like even more of a thing. And I'm sure Victoria's going to touch on this, but I just wanted to challenge you real quick before I turn it over to her and just challenge you with this thought. What would happen if you were consistent for the next 3.5 months? And ask yourself a question. Has there ever been a time since you started sharing Plexus, since you started, doing this as a business, that you were consistent for 4 months? Like consistent, 5 days a week, showed up, did something to move the needle every single day, 5 days a week for 3 or 4 months. Has that ever happened? And you don't have to answer in the chat. You don't have to unmute or anything, but for many of us, it has not. There has not been a stretch of time of 3 or 4 months where we were like, yes, I showed up 5 days a week, did something to move the needle, was absolutely consistent, did not fall off the wagon. And so for some of you, maybe you have, but I know a lot of us have not. And I just want to challenge you with a thought, like what could happen if you were consistent 5 days a week over the next 4 months? It doesn't mean you have to work 8 hours a day or even 4 hours a day or 3 hours a day, but just something to move the needle. It could be incredible for creating momentum. Incredible for creating momentum. It could get you on that boat for Leaders Retreat. And even if you missed Leaders Retreat by a little bit, it could seriously grow your team. So, okay, I don't want to steal any more thunder from Victoria. I'm going to turn it over to her, but just food for thought. Victoria, you go ahead.
All right. No, I love all of that. And you guys, what better time this month, like double points for Leaders Retreat. So like get out of the gate, do the things, especially this month. And don't wait till the last minute because I have a feeling the double points aren't going to stick around for long. And like Brittany said, it's just a great overall impact for our business and helping other people. Okay, so yes, I want to talk to you guys about planning for the summertime because just like the holidays, right? We know that summer is coming. We always know the holidays are coming, but if you're like me, sometimes I can be a little reactive. So give me a 1 in the comments if you feel like you are reactive. And if you feel like you're proactive, then put a 2. I want to see like when it comes to your business, because I know for me, sometimes I can be very proactive, but sometimes I can be very reactive. So 1, if you feel like you're reactive in your business, 2, if you feel like you're proactive. Okay. Yeah. Goes through phases for sure. I appreciate that. Okay. We want to be as proactive as possible, right? We know that summer is right around the corner. Many of us are moms on this call. We have teachers on this call, homeschool teachers, moms, right? And so I know I was realizing today that I was like, oh my gosh, Brody has 4 days left of preschool. And my daughter, Haley, has 13 days left of school. Like, that is crazy. I don't know where the year went. And typically I have childcare for my youngest, Aiden, on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So on Tuesdays and Thursdays, those are my Plexus days where I am always insured, unless somebody's sick, right? That I can do all things Plexus on those days. But my babysitter does teachers' kids only. So there goes my childcare, right? So I want to be thinking about, when am I going to work my business? When am I going to make it a priority so that I can continue to move the needle forward in my business? And we know, just like Brittany was saying, right? Consistency compounds. So I love that question she asked. Like, if you showed up 5 days a week, just doing the things, where would that take you and your business? So be consistent, right? Okay, so my goal tonight is to share with you guys literally simple things, simple that you can do to make sure that, number one, you can be present during the summer. I want this for each and every single one of you, that you are just able to sit down in the lawn chair, soak up that vitamin D, listen to your kids play, watch them play, go for a bike ride, go get ice cream, have your Shandy Leinenkugel, whatever it is. Like, I want you to be present doing that. And I want you to be able to set boundaries and put your phone aside and be confident in saying, you know what, I worked my business today and I'm done. I'm done for the day, so that I can be present and soak it all up. Summer is my favorite season. If you know me, you know why, because I'm literally always cold. But I want you guys to be present, okay? And number two, at the same time, like I said, move the needle forward in your business, okay? So simple things so you can be present, but also move the needle forward. And I think that sometimes we overcomplicate things, or we have a to-do list that's so long, and I'm going to talk about that here in a little bit. And we get overzealous, and then we get frustrated, and then we overthink because we're not getting everything done on our to-do list. But truly, we have to just rein it back in and keep things simple, okay? All right, so the first thing that you guys need to do is, first, I would set a goal for yourself for this summer. Where do you want to be at the end of the summer? And that can look differently. It doesn't have to be a rank. It doesn't have to even be a specific amount of points. Maybe it's that you want to develop a certain amount of silvers. Maybe it's that you want to commit to going to some farmers markets and setting up a table for Plexus. Maybe it's that you want to be more intentional about speaking with moms, in person about gut health, or hosting events, or in-person sip and shares, whatever it may be. Set a goal for yourself for the next 3 months, okay? Because if you don't set a goal and you don't know where you're going, you are rudderless. You are literally going to just float around and be nowhere, okay? So number one, set a goal. Yes, girls, I'm going to get there with your 2 asks a day. Hold on. So number one, but set a goal, okay? And then number 2, pull up your calendar and take note as to what's happening the entire summer. And I don't know, Brittany, am I able to share my screen? I think maybe host. Oh, no,
I'll make you the host and then you can.
Okay. Just real quick. I just want to show you guys how I did this. Okay, so here's my notes. All right. So if you guys, can you see my screen? Just give me like a little nod. Yes, Britt. Okay. So right here, okay, this is my summer. I broke it up into 12 weeks. I realized that some people might be a little less, maybe a little more. For us, I just kind of started right after Memorial Day and went through when my kids come back to school. So this was helpful for me today as I was thinking about things, because I marked important things, right? We have convention. So I know that on the 15th and 16th, I'm not going to be able to probably do as much as I typically would. Yes, it's still working. I'm going to convention, but it's not the daily winning day tasks, right? So I'm going to need to plan accordingly for that. The week after, I have a friend coming in town, right? 4th of July is there. So I want to be able to fully take off, probably on the 3rd and the 4th, definitely on the 4th. And then I have a girls' trip, right? You can see Outer Banks. Then we have Fair Week and it's already back to school. So this just helped me to see, and you guys, this doesn't include, I'm going to stop sharing. This does not include camps, Vacation Bible School, like all the other things. But it's a lot going on, and it just helps me again to have that overall picture of what does my summer look like. So when it comes, I'm not like, oh yeah, we have this camp this week. It's not reactive, right? It's not day to day. It's not hour by hour. It's no, this is proactive. These are the things I have. And here's what I'm going to do to commit to my business to ensure that I get things done. Okay. So look at your whole summer. That's number one. Pull up the calendar, make a list like that, really see when you have time and when you need to unplug. Because I tell you what, when I'm on the beach in the Outer Banks with my family, I'm going to want to be pretty unplugged. I'm going to set some clear boundaries with that. Right. Okay. So number 3, don't hesitate to ask for help. And this is something that I have struggled with so much. If you especially I'm kind of preaching to moms here. If you have kids that are going to be home, maybe ask a babysitter or your mom if you're able to, or mother-in-law, or even, hey, can we set up some play dates? Ask for help if you need to make time to work the business. Okay. Just even if it's an hour, a couple hours during the day, maybe 2 times a week, whatever that looks like for you. Okay. I don't want to say too much because everyone's at different points in their business, but really don't be afraid to ask for help. Okay. I am so glad that my kids are able to, spend time with my mom while I can work. And also even, sending my littlest one to the babysitter 2 times a week now during the school year. I used to have such mom guilt around that, but it's so good for him. And I still spend 5 days a week with him, but he also gets that socialization with other kids. Right. So ask for help if you need to. If you can't get help, this is number 4. Okay. Like I won't be able to get help every day. I want you guys to be open to waking up early. Yes, like even in the summertime. Okay, let's carpe diem, seize the day, be open to this. Or maybe you do it during nap time, but I'm telling you, for me, like doing it before my kids even wake up is the best thing ever because my brain is rested. I haven't had any distractions, right? Once the day starts going, things come up. And then if you haven't done your 2 asks a day, or we'll get into that, right? The winning day, it probably won't get done. Or you start to get like, I don't know about you guys, but I kind of start to get fatigued. Like my brain just starts to feel mushy throughout the day, sensory overload with 3 children. And so I feel like I can't do my best work. So I love to wake up early. Okay. And I want to share this with you guys. And I know that success is defined differently for many people. Okay. But I want you real quick in the chat. I want you to share some things that you think high performers do or successful people. What are some things that consistently that high performers or successful people do? All right. Exercise, get enough sleep, wake up early, wake early, unplug, read, morning routine, early to bed, early to rise, rest. Yes. Okay. Pray. Yep. Say no, guard the time. You guys are so good. So here are 10 things that high performers do. Yes, they wake up early. Okay. They have a plan, which we're talking about this right now, right? Having a plan, being proactive. They focus on productivity. So if you need to time block, do that. I've been doing that for a while now, and it's so helpful for me. I really feel like I can conquer my day. They constantly learn, So you guys said reading, podcasts, right? Audiobook, whatever it may be. They're willing to fail. So this summer, maybe there's a day that didn't go as planned. That's okay. Just keep going, give yourself grace and get back up, and there's another opportunity the next day. So willing to fail, track their numbers. And this kind of goes along with the winning day, right? And when we say like, let's do 2 asks a day, keep track of that. Don't just message to people and then forget about them. Have a way to keep track of that. Spend time with successful people. So yay for those of us going to convention. That will be so good to just be around such good energy. Get outside your comfort zone. I challenge all of you this summer to do something that makes you uncomfortable. For me, it's like those booths that you set up at like fairs and stuff. Like that makes me uncomfortable. But get outside your comfort zone, find something that will stretch you, and then rest and recharge. Yes, absolutely. You guys, I know Genevieve, she's one of our corporate leaders, and she says, take 2 full days to rest. So that might look like for you, Saturday, Sunday. Maybe you have a little bit of a different schedule, whatever it is, take 2 full days to rest and recharge. And then the last one is to set boundaries. So these are all things that you should be doing this summer as well as we talk about planning for this summer. And I want to touch quickly on this last one with boundaries. Okay. If you want to move the needle forward in your business without burning out, you have to set boundaries. Or else what's going to happen is you're going to say, well, I came up with this beautiful plan for summer, and then I didn't respect my boundaries. And now I've just lost the whole summer on being on my phone. And like, you're going to end up resenting your business. Don't do that. Set clear boundaries, communicate them too. That's the other thing. When you're going through this summer plan, communicate this with your significant other, your spouse, your kids, because they are not mind readers. They cannot know, oh, mommy's working on her phone, or, oh, mommy's just looking at reels and scrolling, right? Like communication is so huge. My kids know, my son knows that there's 30 minutes during Aiden's nap time that I sit down to catch up on messages. And I tell him that, hey, this is mommy's time to sit down and work. I will play with you beforehand. Like I usually play with him beforehand, and we can do stuff after. But communicate that with people, your shareholders, as Megan Malakovic calls them. Okay. All right. Once you have found the time, that you want to block out and work, then you ask yourself like, well, what is it? What is it that I need to be even doing during that time? And I'm going to give you the simple version. And then I'm not going to elaborate on too much because I think that Alicia, Shannon, and I will elaborate this on the Brilliant at the Basics page a little bit later. But 3 things that you should be doing every single day. Posting, and when I say every single day, right, 5 days a week, I'm talking like a work week. Okay, post. And remember that when you are posting, it is not always Plexus. Remember the 4 E's. This is what I always say in my head, 4 E's. I can educate people, empower them, entertain. So like even just slapping up a funny meme and saying like, can anyone relate? People love that. Or like one of those engaging questions, like, I need a new vacuum. Shoot me with all your, like, hit me up with all your recommendations, right? Or I need whatever it is. So some kind of engaging question. People love to give their opinions. So educate, empower, entertain, engage, and make sure that when you're posting, you're adding value. So post, and this can be in your stories too, right? And then 2 asks a day. So that's not just wishing somebody a happy birthday. And that's not just saying, just commenting to somebody like, hey, I was just thinking of you, or relationship building. This is like a purposeful ask. Hey, I'm not sure if you've ever seen my posts before or not on the gut health supplements I take. They've been life-changing. Are you open to hearing more about them? Right. And that's one of the things that Genevieve talked about this weekend. She said sometimes we rush through the process and we're like, hey, do you want to give it a go? But we really should slow it down a little bit and get micro commitments. So, like, would you be open to hearing more? Okay, then listen, ask them what their health goals are. And then, hey, are you open to me sending you a short video or a testimony or whatever it may be, right? Some people are ready and you'll know the difference, but make sure that you're doing 2 asks a day. And then the last one is expanding your network. Actually, I'm going to put 4. Okay. Post 2 asks a day, expand your network, and learn. So like podcast, audiobook, read an actual book that's going to help you grow in your leadership and your business. And with expanding your network, you guys don't underestimate this, the power of this and this in-person connection. If you're taking your kids to ice cream and you see that mom there like playing with her kids or whatever, like strike up a conversation with her. Or if you're at a parade or you're at the soccer field or baseball field, make sure to build relationships with these people, connect with them. And then connect with them on social media so you can keep that connection going, right? Summer is the time we should be out and about and like connecting with people. That is going to be huge. So expand your network, post 2 asks a day, expand your network and learn. All right. Okay. So I think that's all that I have because like I said, I was going to elaborate a little bit on winning day, but I'm going to leave that for Alicia, Shannon, or I at a later time. But I just really encourage you guys, like I said, set your goals, look at your calendar, plan some time out because truly there's so much that we can do in these summer months. And yeah, Alicia, I love that too. That's awesome. Alicia, if you guys didn't see in the chat, connected with a lady on the plane, added her to Facebook. It's so easy and people love that. People love to be connected. So any questions that you guys have, comments?
Nicole said, can she share her rank up story and about boundaries? So yeah, Nicole, share that.
Yes, please.
Okay. So can I just say, Victoria, it is 9 o'clock at night and you look beautiful. Your makeup's still on point. Your hair looks great. So yeah.
You're too sweet.
Yeah. But I was reflecting on this because we get in that state of mind. We're like, oh my gosh, we got to hustle. We got to do these things. If I'm not doing it, then you're mad at yourself. You're down. My team's not sharing. What am I doing wrong that they don't want to do this or what, and it has nothing to do with anything like that other than the mindset. And looking back to when I ranked senior gold, I was on the lake. I didn't even have service. My phone was roaming in Canada. And I ranked senior gold and had no idea. And I look back at that summer and like, we just had so much fun. I woke up early and I worked my business before my kids woke up. As soon as they woke up, my phone was down for the day. I may have checked it at lunch or at nap time. And then I checked it when they went to bed, but like literally so free. And then even Ruby, like I worked until the very last second to earn Ruby. But leading up to that, like I was working in the morning. I would run a group once a week or once every other week. And then I would work when my kids went to bed if I wanted to. So it was like a complete anti-hustle mindset. And it served so well compared to the mindset games we play on each other that we have to be hustling, we have to be doing all these reach outs. But if you're actually just showing up every day as yourself and you're not reaching out to a ton of people, your energy is so much more effective than you reaching out to 20 people a day. And like I shared before, like maybe you're like really on fire, your kids are gone for 8 hours. Maybe you take and you reach out to 20 people that one day, but then you don't work for the next 5 out, like actually reaching out. You're just, doing little things like, hey, your sub is coming, or responding to the messages that you sent, but it's not like I don't know. It's just a different mindset. And definitely, I feel like our whole team is going back to that. Whereas before we were like just constantly asking questions of like, what are we doing wrong? Why isn't this working? All of that, because we were just in a negative headspace of we have to be doing all these things. And we just need to get back. And I think we are creeping that direction with the 2 asks and just the learning part of it. I think that is the biggest thing too. I didn't start growing and ranking up until I started diving into that personal growth part of it. And I resisted it for a long time. And I think a lot of us do. But now once you're in it, you just can't get enough, right? So good. But I just had to share that.
Yes.
Like, it doesn't have to be hard.
I love that, Nicole. It's so, so true. And if you want to have longevity in your business, and I do, I want to be here for 10, 15, 20 years, right? You want longevity in your business. It has to be sustainable, and no one can be on their phone 12 hours a day for the next 5, 10 years, right? Like there's just no way. So I love what Victoria shared about like, don't resist the getting up early. Like it's a trade-off with huge return. Okay. Huge return. And I've been rereading the book, Eat the Frog. If you guys have ever heard Jen Leith say that, like, eat the frog, I was like, where in the world did that come from? It's okay. If the hardest thing you had to do in a day was eat a frog, right? Like eat a live frog. Imagine how horrible that would be. The whole premise of the book is like, you better eat it first thing in the morning and get it over with so you can move on with your day. If you sat and stared at that frog all day, how much worse would that be, right? Like just eat it and be done. So whatever you feel like is really hard in your business, but you know it's going to move the needle, just do it first. Like eat the frog, like swallow it and move on. So I've been getting up early, sending my 2 asks per day, which for some reason feels hard, even though it's not, and then you're like, okay, done. And you can totally put your phone away. You can be present. You can go to the pool with your kids. You don't have to have notifications on. You don't have to look at the chat every time it dings. There's a time for it. You can catch up and have that time. But guys, be present with your families and don't resent your business. Literally, when I'm homeschooling my kids, my watch notifications are off. My phone never makes a noise, right, Mom? She's with me more than you guys. My phone never dings, ever. Never. Because I don't allow it to, because it would be going off all day. You can be totally successful and not be glued to your phone all the time. So yes, Nicole, 100%. Shan, you wanted to share something too?
Yes. I just wanted to say that I feel like, and I'm speaking to myself here, and I'm going to get better at this, is that I am not making the ask for like sharing for your new people, your new VIP customers, to share right away, to do an event, whatever the thing is that you're going to have them do in order to go silver, or even just add one person. Genevieve was talking about how like she showed us the points of like, if just each of your customers added one person, the difference in the points. And it's crazy. Like, yeah, we go for 3 all the time, but even if we just got them to share with 1, and even if they didn't want to do the business, telling them, hey, like, I want to do the business. I'm here for this business. If you don't want the income and you don't like, I want to meet your friends who want to do this business with me, and not leaving that part out, because I know a lot of times, and I know that Megan has said, like, just ask for the shout out right away, like right after they order their products, because it's when they're most excited, and it's when you're most excited. And when you wait and then they stop answering you and they haven't started their products yet, and oh, I talked to the doctor and this happened, and just always something happens when you wait. So let's not wait anymore to ask them to do the shout out, or whatever the thing is that you are going to use as your tool to help them go silver, or just add that one person to get them to experience the business. Does that make sense? Yeah, because sometimes I wait too long. The times that I have just gone with it during the exciting time when they've joined, like when they're just joining, or maybe the day after, it just feels like the best time. Like, sometimes you just wait and it doesn't feel like a good time. You're like, oh, it's not a great time right now to ask that. Like, I'm just going to wait another day. And then like a month goes by, and then 6 months go by. So, all right, I'm going to stop rattling on. You get the point.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. I know it's a little past 9, so I will wrap it up. Thank you so much, Victoria, for sharing all that. Such great tips and so thoughtful. Like I can just, you always put so much thought into what you bring and what you train. So thank you so much for all of that time you put into it. So with this change of pace, summer coming, it's definitely a change of pace for me. I want to provide you guys with as much accountability, resources, everything as possible. So I'm thinking about 2 things, and I'll get to you specifically with details, but having at least 2 mornings a week where I just start up a Zoom at 6 a.m. and whoever wants to hop on and hops on and work. It's not chit chat. It's not me telling you what to do. It's just, we're here and we're just showing up. So I will get back to you guys about times for that. I just think it helps to know hey, other people are up and committed and working too. And if you struggle with a morning routine, it might just be that nudge to get you out of bed. And the other thing is having at least once a week over the summer, maybe twice a week, having a short call to help you guys close the deal with prospects you're talking to. So a quick, here's why you need to join Plexus, run by us, kind of here's Triplex, here's Reset, make a decision. This is going to change your life. Just something for you to plug in people that are maybe hemming and hawing on the fence. You haven't been able to close the deal. And especially as we have new people sharing, and they're not as comfortable with the ask, not as confident in closing the deal. It'll be hey, invite those prospects to this call. And if we do it every single week, it's just, repeat, and will help us to continue to grow. So just thinking about summer momentum, getting some plans in place, and I'll get back to you guys with specifics on those. I think that's it. Thank you again, Victoria. Nicole, thanks for sharing. Shan, again, congrats to our Gold School ladies, and be on the lookout on our Made to Thrive Business Builder page on Facebook for lots of good things coming your way. All right, guys, have a wonderful week.
Everyone, bye.